Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you all for joining in our celebration today, both in person and virtually. We are live streaming today from our California campus, so whether you are enjoying the celebration in person, virtually, via the live stream, and whether it's your first, your second, or your 30th graduation, welcome. We are so happy to be with you today. We are here to celebrate the 5 new orientation and mobility immersion clients, the 1 new breeder dog and her custodians, and the 2 new guide dog teams, as well as applaud the generosity of all of those who have helped make today happen. To our puppy raisers, thank you for helping us prepare these special dogs for their roles. We literally could not do it without you. You put your heart and soul into each dog, and it really shows. We look forward to hearing from some of you today. To our donors, thank you for helping us provide a lifetime of support for our alums at no cost to them. We don't receive any government funding, so we are very thankful for all of the support. GDB would like to acknowledge Lillian Tremoli for her generous sponsorships of harnesses through 2024. And then to our volunteers and employees, thank you for all that you do to support our mission, whether you help by working with our dogs, in administration, or directly with our clients. We are so grateful for all that you do. We want to start off by sharing a short video about our mission. This video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you will hear a second voice that describes the scenes as they happen. Captions are also included. These inclusive features help to ensure that everyone can enjoy this video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And the hard parts of blindness, not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
the struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on the beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
All right. Hello again, everyone. So my name is Corinne Brown. I'm one of the class instructors, and today I have the honor of introducing a new breeder into our breeding colony. So here at Guide Dogs for the Blind, we breed Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, Lab Golden Crosses that are all specifically selected for excellent temperament, intelligent female black Lab Golden Cross, raised by Macy Owens of College Station, Texas, and Brooke Maniscalco of Cypress, Texas, and her breeder custodians are Priscilla and Bill Cameron. Slide there. All right, and I'll pass it over. Do you want to talk first? Oh.
Hi, everybody. First, congratulations to everybody graduating today. It's so exciting, and I'm so happy for everybody. But we are so grateful for Reese. She was such an amazing puppy. She was my grand puppy, and literally the best dog you could ever imagine. I'm so excited for her and Bill and Priscilla and Reese making all the noise in the world. And I can't wait to see all the puppies she has and how they choose to change the world. And thank you to our club and my best friend for raising her with me. And thanks to my parents. I know they're watching. I'm so sorry I brought another dog home, but it worked out.
Reese, Reese, and Reese's Pieces are just a few of our favorite names. When she arrived and we picked her up with her sister Rye, who some of you may remember standing on the stage a few weeks earlier. As a baby, sweet Rye was rambunctious and outgoing, and Reese was just along for the ride. This stayed true throughout her time in puppy raising. Can we take her to class at the largest university in the country with buses, bikes, skateboards, and scooters all around? Of course, she was everyone's favorite Aggie. She was always up for it, no matter what we did. If we had new raisers or sitters in our club that were interested in raising puppies, Reese was the go-to. She always would show people the ropes and show them how they should be raising. Several months before returning Reese to campus, we were co-raising 3 amazing puppies together, and Reese took it all in stride. Reese was always willing to please and loved working, but at the end of the day, we always knew her purpose in life was to be a breeder. She has a wonderful demeanor and temperament that would brighten anyone's day. After spending a few days with Priscilla and Bill, it is obvious she has met her match. They are perfect in every way and take her on adventures and spoil her endlessly, but ultimately they love Miss Reese just as much as Macy and I always have. I cannot wait to watch y'all's continued adventures and how she touches the lives of many through her puppies. Thank you to everyone who has played a part in making her successful today.
I just wanted to say thank you to Macy and Brooke. They have raised a really beautiful dog. And you can just tell how much love and how much time and commitment they've made to her to make her into this incredible dog. And we are thoroughly enjoying her and can't wait to see some puppies hopefully soon. Yes. Do you want to say anything?
Sure, I'd like to say something. First of all, it's been a real pleasure to get to know Reese's mothers. And she's been really happy to see them again as well. And Priscilla has raised 5 puppies in the past, and she's been a providing foster care for years. And it's our first breeder, so very special. And the moms did a great job. So I highly encourage, if you're considering participating in the program, that you do it. It's extremely fulfilling.
All right, thank you to the raisers and the custodians. So I'd like to take a moment to introduce the class instructional team. We have our class supervisor, Heather Foster. Our class instructor, Lauren Perperno. Class instructor, Megan Harris. And then myself. Thank you. All right, and then we have our OMI program instructional team, who was Chris Williams, Jenna Whitelaw, Stephen Udy, Natalie Castellano, Joshua Lopez, and supervisors Stephanie Zabitz and Mark Gillard. All right, I will now pass it over to Stephanie Zabitz to introduce our OMI clients.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let me tell you a little bit about our Orientation and Mobility Immersion program. This is a 1 or 2 week program aimed at enhancing independent travel skills for individuals, including those interested in qualifying for a guide dog, or even those who already have a guide dog. It serves as a crucial training opportunity for people with limited access to traditional O&M services and preparing them to partner effectively with a guide dog. So today we are recognizing our clients from California OM28, and this was a 1 week program conducted here on our California campus. We are grateful that we can acknowledge everyone here today. And we do have the help of Teresa Stern, who was our former VP of Client Engagement and Impact, her husband, Craig Stern, that might step in on occasion to help our clients come up to the front. Otherwise, just so you know a little something about Teresa and Craig, another small fact is they are current breeder custodians of Skywalker, a black male Labrador. All right. Yeah, that's who's whining, she says, for those that can't hear at home. Okay, first I have Karen Albright of Greenwood, Mississippi. Karen has been with her guide, Yellow Lab Female Honey Bun, for 4 years. Karen retired this year after 20 years as a registered dietitian for dialysis patients. She's active in her church, brings communion to nursing home residents, and is teaching herself Braille. She plans to volunteer as a dietitian at a hospital. Karen?
Hello. Let's see. Well, I'm the exception. About 20-something years ago, I went through an O&M program with another organization, and it was kind of short. And then 4 years ago, I got my guide dog Honey Bun from GDB. And after 4 years and countless miles with Honey Bun, you know that guide dog and handler bond gets pretty tight. you could be honest with each other. One day, Honeybun said to me, "You're just doing a crap job of directing me." And when we get lost, I am just highly embarrassed. It hurt. But I told my field service manager, Charles, and he recommended OMI. What a great idea. What a great idea it is. Besides feeling more confident going around, I especially appreciated the emphasis on street crossings because that's a frightening thing for a blind person. And I just feel like I'm going to be a better handler now. And I want to thank all of the staff and all of the volunteers and all of the donors for making these two programs, Guide Dog and OMI, possible. And yes, Canine Buddies too. Y'all are wonderful. And Honeybun wants to say a few words. Translation, thank you very much. Excellent.
All right. Next, we have Juan Mendoza of El Monte, California. Juan recently graduated from Mount San Antonio College and will be transferring to Cal Poly Pomona this fall. He enjoys reading, listening to music, exercising, and taking walks. And of course, the most dapper dresser today. You want to step a little closer to me, Juan? Yeah. And then I'm going to adjust your shoulders a little bit. You're looking great.
Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations to all my classmates. Thank you to GDB for giving me the chance to come back after it didn't work out with my former guide dog. It was really tough leaving him behind, and I'm glad that he graduated. I think it was last year with another handler, so I feel very grateful for that. I want to say thank you to Stephanie, and thank you to my instructor Chris, who did an awesome job of helping me do some listening skills, because I have hearing loss, and sometimes I feel that is a very big challenge for me, and I hope I could conquer this challenge of hearing loss so that I could come back and get my guide dog, because I really would like to have that opportunity again. So thank you, DUB. You're an awesome organization.
Congratulations, Juan. Very good. All right. Next, we have Jean Parker of Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, Jean. Jean is a professor of a nonprofit management and development practice at Regis University in Denver, Colorado. She has a cat named Jupiter, who was well cared for while she was here, and enjoys bike riding and horse riding. She travels extensively for work, and she travels to visit her foster kids in India and Japan. Here you go.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. I had a sort of a strange circumstance, I think you could say, when I heard about this program. As Stephanie said, I have lived across the globe. I had lived in India for 15 years altogether, 10 of those years as a journalist, covering some of the world's worst catastrophes throughout Southeast Asia and the Middle East and Southern Africa. I had lived in Cambodia, lived in India, Costa Rica, been to school in South Africa, all of that. And yet, when I returned here to US to finally live, at least for now, I returned to a built environment that I neither recognized or understood. I hadn't had any formalized mobility training since
a long time ago. I don't even remember when it was. And this situation persisted, and a friend of mine said, you know, there's a fix for this, and you can go to Guide Dogs for the Blind, and they will help you out. And I thought, well, they're going to laugh me out of the application process if I do that. So I applied kind of on a lark to see what would happen, and I got in. And I thought, well, holy cow, how about that? And so I ended up here, and it has been the most wonderful experience to finally get back my skills and confidence. You know, yes, I have worked all over the world and traveled. In a lot of countries, we travel differently. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just different. And coming back here, where things had changed so much, particularly with street crossings, I really can't say enough about how appreciative I am of this chance to have a definite reboot, to get on with what I need to do. I want to thank the staff and volunteers. You really showed up for us, and you are present for us in a way that we often don't experience, and is a really very special part of being at Guide Dogs. And so the staff and the volunteers I want to thank. And finally, I want to thank the donors, the funders, those who are generous with time and resources. Your generosity facilitates something profoundly important here. This kind of training saves lives and livelihoods. Why does it save lives? Because if we maximize safety, we have a better odds. The odds are maximized also that a mishap won't happen. There are no guarantees, we all know that, but maximizing those odds is really crucial, and feeling like we at least have some chance on those 6 or 8 or 10 lane crossings. And livelihoods, because confident blind people are contributing blind people to society, to the economy, to everything else. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Fantastic. All right. Next, I have Gail Richardson of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Gail, yes, you may clap for her. Please do. Keep coming, Gail. Keep coming. Gail is retired after a career caring for people, including 20 years in a group home for adults with developmental disabilities, and 9 years as a school para working with special needs children. In her free time, she hosts Bible studies, takes care of her amazing grandchildren, enjoys walks with friends, and goes to the rec center. She recently started volunteering with a caregiver support group to help others, inspired by her experience caring for her husband during his battle with ALS. Oh, come on up here. I know I am, but you're going to have you step in. Come with me. You can do it. I know. Come on. There you go.
I was going to do okay. My husband passed away in October. My kids are watching right now. So I'm in a place where I needed to find a way to be more independent, because I didn't want to depend on them all the time. And my friends, I have amazing friends and family, But there are some days that the weather's beautiful and nobody's available, and I just wanted to go out for a walk. And a friend of mine told me about this program, and I was not prepared for everything. I knew that the instructors were amazing, but I was not prepared for the love and the care that everybody here shows. They do everything in their power to take away all the obstacles to make it as easy for us to learn so much in a week. I'll never forget Tuesday morning, Stephanie meets me at my door. And she's like, Gail, we need to talk to you. I'm like, oh boy, did I flunk on my first day? And come to find out, the trainer that I really loved, that I had for a day, came down sick and wasn't able to finish off my week. And so all of a sudden I was thrown into a situation with a new amazing trainer. And I was so thankful, all the care that they took in, making sure that I had somebody to step in and help, and the transition of moving to a different person was amazing. And just thank you to everybody for all the donors and all that you do for us, because we couldn't do it without you.
Here, I'll trade. I'll give you the tissue box. Okay. Okay. Last, we have Kelsey Waters of Vancouver, Washington. Kelsey was born and raised in Wisconsin, obtained a Master of Divinity degree in Minnesota, completed 2 years of chaplain residency training in North Carolina, and began working as a hospital chaplain in Vancouver, Washington in December 2021. She is actively involved in her church and serves as the mental health coordinator for her denominational district. She keeps busy by singing in the church choir, serving as the meeting minutes secretary at her church, cooking and baking, enjoying fellowship, and going on little adventures. Here you go, Kelsey.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad that I'm first of all, I thank God that I didn't wander on my way up here. I just am grateful for the opportunity to be here. I found out about this program through a friend who has a guide dog, actually, and was applying. And, I thought, what, this is something that I could still use. I could still use some practice in orientation and mobility. And I've been totally blind since birth. And so, I have had training before, but there's just some things like those street crossings and those four-way intersections. It can be very daunting. Life as a blind person can be very daunting sometimes. And so, but I wouldn't trade it. And so, first of all, I just want to thank God for his guidance and protection and grace. I don't know where I would be without God to hold on to. And I am very grateful for the opportunity to be part of this program. And I just want to thank all of the staff and volunteers here and, just everybody near and far who has made all of this possible, for all of your care and your support and your dedication and just all of the thought and consideration that you put into everything, big and small. From Stephanie, for all of your support and planning, and for being willing to answer my 80 million questions about everything. To my OMI instructor, Natalie, for bearing with me, and just for your patience with me, and for your encouragement, and for your diligence, and just trying to help me increase my confidence in my ability. To the guide dog instructor, Priscilla, who was with me to do my Juno walk and my guide dog experience. To the nurses for all of your care every day. To housekeeping, because it takes a special person to clean up after people. And to our amazing chefs, I want to take leftovers home, but I can't. And to my cohort for your fellowship and for putting up with my goofy self this whole week. And I want to acknowledge my friend Pam, who came here to be with me in person today. She is a friend from church who lives in the Bay Area, and also to any friends or family who are either watching virtually and or are with me in spirit, because whether you're here or not, whether you're on the screen, I know that I would not be here without your love and support. God bless all of you, and I want to just share my heart with you today, if you don't mind. And one of the ways that I do that is through song. When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, when I am still awaiting in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you, Kelsey. That was lovely. Congratulations. You can do it. All right. Well, yeah, I think all these stories up here, just the humanness, hopefully you recognize that and the importance of this program. So congratulations to you all on an incredible program. And just one last round of applause for everybody here for the O&M Immersion Program. All right. And I'm going to pass the mic to Lauren Caperno, who's going to introduce the Guide Dog Program graduates.
Thanks, Stephanie. All right, so I'm going to present the graduating guide dog teams for California Class 1008. Our guide dog program is a 2-week program where clients are matched with a dog that is compatible with their lifestyle in order to enhance their mobility. We provide a variety of training models that include both in-residence and in-home training. So first up, we have Amber Bass of Raleigh, North Carolina, who received Havana, a female black Labrador retriever, raised by Greg and Michelle Smith of Elk Grove, California, and Jim and Roxanne Lassen of Elk Grove, California. Amber is a graduate of East Carolina University as well as North Carolina University, where she obtained a master's in special education, her licensure for teaching students with visual impairments, and certification in orientation and mobility. She currently works at the Governor Moorhead School for the Blind in Raleigh, North Carolina. After the school doors close, she is a mom to a menagerie of pets, including a snake, bearded dragon, and let's not forget her very vocal parrot. Amber and boyfriend John enjoy going on spontaneous trips, incredible adventures, and traveling.
Wow, it's been a while. I was on the stage almost 10 years exactly, 10 years ago, with my first guide dog, Truly, and her raising family, the Kanemoto family. As I've grown up, I'm 29 now, and the past 3 years have been full of craziness, good craziness and absolutely horrible craziness. Through it all, truly has been by my side and truly kind of made me who I am today. With that being said, as we age, as we grow, as we learn, we go through different chapters or seasons or whatever you want to call it. I like to think of it as chapters. When I got Truly, I was just fresh out of high school, was going to go get all my degrees and do all the things. Well, now things are a little bit different. Well, a lot of it different. I've met my awesome boyfriend, John. I know you're watching. I love you. Thank you for taking care of our children, fur, feathered, and scaled. But this opens up a new chapter. Truly is enjoying her retirement, and now Havana gets to step into her paws. Havana is going to get to go on all sorts of adventures. And when I applied this time around, I said I wanted a dog who had a great on and off switch. And this puppy sure does. Havana, I'm sure you all heard the song, Havana, ooh, na, na. Well, that's homegirl's song, let me tell you. She is going to be my little party animal, and I love it. I work in a classroom with a variety of students who I adore all of them. They're going to be very excited to meet Havana Banana. But also, you know, we go on cool field trips. John and I, we would take all kinds of crazy trips, hiking, camping, whatever strikes our fancy. And all this past week, I've been thinking, how do you think somebody who's going to change your whole life? I was independent before. I can use a cane. I can still use a cane. But at the same time, a guide dog gives it independence like no other. My family and friends will tell you I walk fast. They are left in the dust. So they need to get either knees to chest in it or, you know, I would have to stop and wait. Well, guys, Havana's fast. She's ready. But how do you think this family? Havana's the best dog. Her soul has walked this earth before, and I am sure of it. The way that she looks at us, this kind of like all-knowingness, like, I've been here before. I know what to do here. This dog has gone on freelancing routes where we were dropped off and we found our way back, which I love. I'm crazy like that. We've been hiking together. It was Havana's first hike. Lizards and squirrels, no problem. This dog's got it. She has just been perfect, the most even-tempered, lovely little Labrador. And I really want to say thank you to the Smith family, Michelle, Greg, and Amy. I don't know that you guys could have given me a better pup. I adore her. And thank you, Sonia and Hendrik, for being here. There are some more of my West Coast friends I'm actually meeting in person. And I am thankful beyond words for my new set of eyes. I'm not 4 eyes anymore. I'm a 6 eyes. I'm a whole insect. But thank you. Thank you for extending my West Coast family, and thank you for all the adventures that me and Havana are going to have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate so many things you said, and I told Amber this in private, that the way Havana would look at me in the car sometimes, my mother passed away several years ago, and she just looked at me with such a love and such a just interest, like, I think I know you. And I'm like, Mom, is that you? And nothing would make my mom happier than to be helping. So this would be her best case scenario. I hope you go to Walmart. I hope there are Walmarts where you're at. Yes. That would make my mom's dream come true. So I just want to let you know, we first met Havana on Valentine's Day when she was 3 months old. She was being raised by our good friends, and we want to thank them so much. Roxanne and Jim Lassen, they're in our guide dog group up in Elk Grove. We were smitten with this little sweetheart. We puppy sat her often, and after that, and we just loved her spunk and her little sweet spirit. When our friends Roxanne and Jim decided they wanted to raise a puppy of their previous dog, their dog Dandy is a breeder dog for guide dogs, we let them know we'd be so glad to take over Havana's care. Havana came to live with us in the fall, and our goal was not to mess up anything they'd done, because they were such great raisers. Havana quickly adjusted to living with us, Our cat, she wasn't that fond of this new arrangement. But Havana was just a joy to raise. She is so smart and just exudes a calming aura. And I felt confident I could take her anywhere, and I did take her everywhere. We are so thrilled that she is with Amber and look forward to hearing about their adventures together. And when I tell people about raising and guide dogs, the first thing so many of us hear is, oh, that must be so hard. And it is hard. It is hard. But today shows us why we do it. Because we can do hard things, and things that are worth doing are usually hard. And we can do hard things together. And that's why I want to thank so many people who have helped us raise this pretty girl. First of all, our friends in our Elk Grove Guide Dog Group, thank you so much. We have incredible leaders, Kathy and Greg Harwell, Roxanne and Jim Lassen, who started this wonderful little girl out. Our friends Nicole and Jeff, who puppy sat her and would always send her home with brand new toys. And most of all, to all of our friends and the women I work with, I am an OBGYN nurse practitioner in Lodi, California, and she graciously, my boss, helped push her to come to my office. So women who got their yearly exam, this was your reward after getting your woman exam. You got to go say hello to my guide dog puppy, and I have never had such a booming business. And they were like, this is better than a sticker that we used to get as kids. And but the women there, they helped me so much, and they supported me. And so I want to remind them, and all my friends watching, if you ever think there's a day that you didn't do much or you kind of are down on yourself, I want you to remember this moment and remember this. And just because you're a part of this, it takes more than just one person to get these little guide dog puppies to here. And we couldn't have done this without you all. And we thank you. And we are just so thrilled that she is with Amber. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Eric Mandel. Eric hails from just down the road in Novato, California. He received Renee, a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Janet and Lee Chastain of Austin, Texas. Renee is Eric's very first guide dog. Eric is excited for Renee to meet his two nieces and to embark on many exciting adventures together.
Good afternoon. First, I'd just like to congratulate the rest of our class that's graduating today. And also, thanks to everyone at GDB. You guys have made the last 2 weeks amazing. And thanks to my instructor, Corinne, wherever she is now. You were amazing. You were so sweet and helpful the last 2 weeks. And Renee and I are ready to go home together because of everything you did. So thank you. And Renee is the sweetest puppy dog in the world. I'm so excited to bring her home. I still can't believe they're going to let me take her. And I'm so lucky and happy to have her. And I know it's because she had great puppy raisers. So thank you.
My name is Lee Chastain. This is my wife, Janet, and we've had the privilege of raising Renee for 14 months. And we're delighted to share the celebration today with you, Eric, and with your family over here. When my wife and I were talking about what we were going to say and which one of us was going to say it, she said she didn't want to do it and it had to be brief. I can do one or the other. So, quick fact about Janet and I. We have been here once before and only once before. We are new raisers, first-time raisers. It was 7 months ago, December 19th. It was cold and raining, and we were dropping off Renee. And every puppy raiser knows that that's the worst day. 7 months later, for those of you who aren't here, it's a beautiful day. There's a blue sky out, a light breeze. It's mid-70s, and we're celebrating, not regretting. So times have changed. And I'm just saying today's a lot better day. I thought they asked us to tell funny stories. Renee's just been so well behaved. She doesn't have any funny stories. But I thought I would share some of the funny things, or at least the unique things about Renee's life and with your family, because she's going to become part of your family and you should know a lot about her. I noticed that she's graduating class 1008, and she is one of 8 puppies who came to Austin, Texas in October of 2022. They were all from the same litter, all had the letter, names beginning with the letter R. And so they were the first dogs that had come to Texas, excuse me over there. They were the first dogs that came to Austin in many years. College Station has their act together. So it was quite an experience to have 8 puppies, all the same age, all related, several of them identical to the others, to the naked eye. And on top of that, we had their mother, Navy, and their grandmother, Wish. So we had 3 generations of dogs. It was a large family at all times. The puppies loved each other and played with each other through puppy kindergarten and went on to do lots of things together. Eventually, when we got street legal, we went outside and we did things that puppy raisers do, but we did it times 8. And so we got a lot of attention where we went, whether we went to the mall, we went to a fire station, they pulled out the fire truck and set it off. The dogs didn't do anything, of course, but the dogs got on Facebook for the Austin Fire Department. Our local media found out about the Great 8, and they came and interviewed our leader, while all the other dogs walked around in the background looking like they were doing something important, but they were just really walking around to be in the background. So we watched the news every day for about a week until we finally saw the story, and they got about half of it right, which is better than average. Guide, for those of you who don't know, which is probably not this crowd, but a Guide Dogs for the Blind requires many volunteers to raise the puppies, to socialize them here on the campus for the first 2 months, to be custodians for breeders, and all of them deserve our thanks. And I can't even thank all of the ones that have helped me, but I would like to thank the 3 leaders that we have in Austin. Paul, who founded the club and is custodial parent for Wish and Navy. Our newest leader, Shelley, who is known to our Aggie friends over there, and to Sandy from the Houston area. So we are an Austin club, but we have leaders from New Braunfels and Houston, and it's exciting. My last comment is a small request to you, Eric. Janet and I had the dog for 14 months. We never gave her human food. She never got on the bed. And we did this for a lot of reasons. Because it was going to be your dog was one of them. So if you would, spoil her. Just a little bit. Her birthday's in 2 weeks on the 31st. She's never had birthday cake. So thank you and congratulations. We wish you well, and we wish you well. We're delighted your family was here, and you could share this with us too. Thank you all.
All right, I'm going to pass it off to Megan Harris, who's going to go over a guide dog demonstration.
Thank you. All right, so I get the honor of going over a back chaining demonstration that we use quite often here in training. During training, our dogs learn most of their skills involved with guide work through use of a clicker, which marks a behavior we want the dogs to repeat. The clicker makes communication consistent and timely, better than praise and food reward alone. We start by pairing food with the sound of the click, which takes less than 5 minutes for these guys. Once the dog understands the click means food, we can then pair the click with the desired behavior that we're looking for. For example, when they are doing something like stopping at a curb or going into a down position, they get a click and they think food, and they're much more likely to want to do these behaviors in anticipation for getting rewarded again. I am going to invite Marissa and Jim up here to join me for the demonstration. Right. So the chair is facing the audience, and Marissa is going to start with a hand target in front of Jim, and when his nose hits her hand, you will hear her click, and oftentimes a verbal yes or anything that encourages Mr. Jim. So she's going to do that a couple of times, really get him into the game. Once she feels like he is interested in that hand target, she can go ahead and put that hand target straight onto the chair. She's going to do that one a couple of times as well. Next, she's going to take a step back and then put her fist onto the chair again. And when she rewards Jim, she's feeding directly at that chair, kind of pointing it out to him. That really gets his focus into what he is targeting. Once she feels like he's got that step, she can start taking a few steps back, placing her fist on the chair, and then feeding him. Good boy. I think he's done this a couple of times. She's now going to take a couple of steps back, and as he's moving towards the chair, she's going to pick up that harness handle. And he's going to initiate movement towards the chair, and she rewards just the same with that click. After she feels like he's got this step, she's going to take even more steps back, kind of create a little bit distance from that chair. She's going to grab the handle and include her cue word. So she'll say chair as she's approaching the chair. Start connecting the word with the object that we're targeting. And she's going to do this again. This time she can tell him, forward, find the chair. Good boy. I think he's got that so far. The final goal is for Jim to work from a farther distance. Jim will now work from the lobby doors, returning to the stage to find the chair. Do you think he's got it? And the last step is Marissa takes a seat in that chair. A lot of times it's a reward for the dog. They finally reach that chair, and it notifies them that they have done it correctly. This is a simple targeting technique that can be widely used in the client's home area. And this can apply the training principle to teach their dogs how to locate all kinds of targets, such as ATM machines, pedestrian crosswalk buttons, bus stops, anything the client wishes to expand upon. Thank you, Jim and Marissa. All right, thank you everyone so much for joining us today. If you are interested in volunteering, joining our staff, or know anyone who would benefit from our services, please visit guidedogs.com. If you would like to make a donation to support our mission, please text to donate. Text partnerships to 50155. For viewers at home, we hope to see you soon. If you are here for the puppy raising informational meeting, please stay in this room. And if you would please join us for some refreshments next door. Our gift shop is also located at the top of campus and is open for those who are interested in checking out an array of clothes, gifts, and dog toys. Thank you.